That's a great site. What you're looking at in the middle are some of the tools of the North American Indian. Just a great view of it. The centerpieces are fantastic. We've got some great drills, great scrapers. I'm usually overwhelmed when I look at them. Just throw them up there and grab them. But an introduction, again, the North American Indian here in North Carolina. Incredible pieces that represent so many ages. Now, with respects to the mystery of sugar quartz, we're going to talk about that. I mean, the centerpieces here, I just can't even get off. I mean, look at these couple scrapers up there. Look at this drill. My word, right? Whoa. Look at this piece down here, found at Saponi. A lot of these have been seen before, but here's the common link to what you're looking at. We're going to take a look at these and make some comments and share some conversation. I've got a little extra time. I've got to do this. Sort of answering questions also that people have asked online. You're looking at the setup of the mystery of sugar quartz. Now, we've seen sugar quartz from a lot of different angles here on Indian Trace and a lot of different perspectives. But looking at quadrants and getting closer is unbelievable. It's all sugar quartz, but there is a mystery behind sugar quartz, because what you're seeing, I probably found twice as much sugar quartz in the 5 years that I've been collecting here. Checking quadrants out. And with the twice as much that I found, that's all I found. I don't either find much. Sugar quartz is extremely resilient. It is extremely highly durable. And so I really don't find a whole lot of sugar quartz broken. I mean, I find a ton of rhyolite broken. I find a ton of quartz, milky quartz, smoky quartz, broken. I really don't find much of this sugar quartz broken at all. And I'm just giving you a look at the quadrants as we go around, then we'll be closer. See if you pick up anything that catches your eye that's interesting about some of these pieces. And here's one of the newest pieces in the collection. Interesting Marl Mountain. And when I found it, I didn't see the secondary notches. Very uncommon for a Marl Mountain. Just look at these notches on here. If I can point them out, up here and here. On purpose. So they could put the hafting in and then wrap the sinew around there and get that wrapped in there. That discoloration on the tip is probably just from the heat. They did something with the fire, but it's a nice piece of sugar quartz. Nice Marl Mountain. Now the reason I wanted to do this is because sugar quartz, as you can see, has extensive uses. Now I don't find a whole lot of scrapers in rhyolite. Find a ton in quartz, and this is a quartz variety. But sugar quartz, I've found every variety you can imagine. I don't find a ton of, drills in rhyolite. I found one quartz drill, to put it that way. But look at these scrapers and look at this drill. Unbelievable. And so, but I find the varying dispensations of time in sugar quartz. Look at the time dispensations. You guys can pick them out right there if you're good. Very rare stuff. But look at the dispensations here. You're jumping into the archaic and older, of course, for the centerpiece there, the Hardaway. A well-known piece in my collection. But next to it, in the upper left here, is a piece that I find to be just as nice and interesting. An early archaic piece. Fantastic piece in sort of a brownish red. Backing up to an awesome piece right here in sugar quartz. And then a Marl Mountain in a really different type of sugar quartz. I mean, unbelievable. So there is this mystery going on about sugar quartz. The mystery is just how do they get it? I see no big pieces of rock. I see no modules. It's very much like an exotic material that's traded in. Haven't been able to put a foothold on it. It's not indigenous here, I don't think. I found no pieces, no shards, no waste material like I do with quartz, and even rhyolite, which is traded in from 13 days foot travel from the Uharry Mountains here in North Carolina. So as we look at this stuff, realize there is a mystery behind it, and it is rare. Now, as we look and we go on, let me make this comment. There is a form of vandalism going on, which is the political interest comment and link, worth looking at, because Maria Zakharova, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, another educational piece on Russia, just always speaks with professionalism, with respect for true journalism. I think you pronounce her last name Zakharova or Zakharova, but nevertheless, watch her body language, watch her gestures, listen to the intelligence of what she says. Unbelievable. As she talks about the United States and the Western media doing something which hadn't been done in a while. I mean, it's always been lies and everything in politics, but they are purposely and have purposely lied about the Russian issue. It's a very dangerous situation that needs our prayer. Look at this piece found in Coyote Pass. Look at this long piece right here, found at Old Faithful. And I was just so impressed by the great journalistic work of Anessa S. as well as Maria Zakharova and her reporting on what's going on. Now, this is a great piece, found at the Vulture. You see the difference in dispensations that we're looking at with a lot of these points moving into a Mountain. There's some of these that are from very similar times, but I mean, you're looking at old pieces right here. And I know it's well documented how old Hardaways are. Moving up in age to some archaic pieces. You know what I mean? And so with this political interest link, it's so funny to see that the modern Western media does not support anything that has to do with a person's nation, being proud of a person's nation, patriotism, nationalism, but only that which tends to globalism, that which tends to support a small, teeny nucleus of men and women that decide to make the decisions for the whole world. That's ridiculous. That's insane, and it's not going to happen. That's why we voted Trump in. That's why there's been this huge move to nationalism and change, not just in the United States, and Maria makes mention of it. It's like Miss Zakharova makes mention of it. Look at these pieces, will you? Great sugar quartz. What a mystery behind it. If you have any insight, it would help me. I don't know where it comes from. But she makes awesome analogies, you know, because it's funny how the Western media doesn't support anybody who defends the nation, nationalism, patriotism, freedom. Freedom is the key. Subsequently, as we finish up looking at different angles here, museum type of talk and tour, it's interesting to me in all the different comments and different people that I listen to with reports is that there's a similar link going on globally, and that people globally reject this one world government idea, which is this fatalistic flaw in it. It can never work, can never bring happiness to people, pride in a person's land or culture. It destroys the individuality of culture. That's a tongue twister. Destroys it. Not that we want to be exclusive or better than anybody, but we want uniqueness to be able to share, even with other cultures, and say, this is our culture, we love it. Do you like it? And I'd like to go over and have somebody say that to me. So important. This global approach to government is flawed from the beginning. It was flawed under Stalin, under Lenin, under Hitler, under many Asian nations. It's flawed in North Korea. It's flawed in China. It can't work. So with that said, and just sharing a little bit of the beauty of sugar quartz and its mystery, it's rare. Don't find it broken much. Don't find it much. But I do find it, I guess in respects quite a bit, but not close to as much as I do rhyolite and quartz. So from Indian Trace to you, just wanted to get a political interest link out there for you to have something to study. If you're interested in studying that stuff or look at, and some of this stuff especially, great living tools such as the drill, scrapers, points. I can only hope you'll find out there. And from me to you, have a good one. And check out the political interest league. Forward them, share them. It's so important to our children, to the ones who are coming after us. And everybody out there, be well. Appreciate it.